Okay, here we are. The final mission of Dishonored 2, Mission 9, Death to the Empress. I'm going to try and do this in one video. It's the finale, might as well. I will be doing Death of the Outsider eventually. Probably not right away. I want to do maybe one or two more lore videos. Probably the next one will be another character profile on Billy. I'm debating whether I should do one on Emily, because it seems like it's kind of redundant. Basically everything about her is also in the Corvo video. I don't know. If you have an opinion on that, drop a comment. Also, have the cover release of my upcoming book, While We Bleed. Very exciting. So still need ARC readers, so if you're willing to read and review an advanced copy of that and then post it to Amazon and Goodreads whenever it comes out, should be in the next month or so, would very much appreciate that. Okay, I think that's it. A little bit of a programming note. I did just come from the dentist, so I'm still kind of Novocained up, so if I sound even less coherent than normal, that's why. Apologize for that. Hope it's not too bad. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, meet with Megan Foster and Anton Sokolov to discuss your return to Dunwall.
I grew up with this broken skyline, the muted colors and the way the light falls. It's Dunwall, but it's not. Have I changed, or does everything just look different when you're not wearing a crown? Whatever grand scheme you've got underway now, Delilah, you were smart when you stole this place from me. You knew who among my people to corrupt, and you took away my strongest ally, my father. But you didn't know me. You only saw a sheltered princess. You never thought I'd fight back. You don't know me, Delilah, but you will.
A little bit of music from the first game. I didn't notice that until now. Okay, so the gazelle is the souvenir from the previous mission. Even though we don't come back here at the end of the game, there is one more souvenir pointed out when we come to it. Now let's read the travel log. Death to the Empress. A farewell. I grieve for a second time. What was it like to walk with her heart somewhere near, but never quite in the real world? It was her wisdom, her insight, her voice, her love. Mother, now I've lost you twice. I knew her spirit was trapped. I knew she needed to be set free. But how could I? Of course she found a way to help me, one last time. No, I will not cry, not yet. Not until all my work is done. Now the heart contains a different spirit, a different voice. Delilah Copperspoon, spinner of lies, thief of thrones. Delilah the selfish, cunning and cruel. The Duke of Karnaca. Not so long ago I would have gladly thrust a dagger into Duke of L's chest, but a more subtle opportunity presented itself, and I took it. The Duke still lives, but they dragged him away, thinking he was his own political double, gone mad. And the Duke's actual double? I think he'll be a much better Duke than the real one ever was. People will never know why their ruler suddenly gained wisdom, or took on a kinder tone. And maybe they'll wonder why Empress Emily changed just as suddenly. I'm not the same person I was 2 months ago. Now there's only one more task before I can rest. Corvo, my father, I am coming. Back to Dunwall. Dunwall, my home. Terrible things, no doubt, happened here since I left, since I was forced to leave. Will the city be in ruins? The people terrified, hiding in their homes? Am I trying to reassure myself, imagining the worst? What if I found the city in better shape than I left it? Delilah is doing a better job than I did. No, I don't think it will be the case. I know Delilah, and I know myself better now. I feel guilty for all the things I could have done better before this all started. For being an empress not many people thought was worth fighting for. I don't know what I'll see, but whatever has happened to my city, I mustn't let grief or anger cloud my thoughts, because the destruction of Dunwall won't be weighing heavily on Delilah's mind. She must know I'll be coming for her. She's watched from afar as one after another of her allies have been removed from my path. Does she feel vulnerable, or was this her plan all along?
I must admit, this campaign has been conducted with far more restraint than I would have expected. To bring down a tyrant and his cronies without leaving a wake of bodies has boggled the mind. So here we are at the end. How will our outcast Empress fare against her own home, turned against her? I am old and tired. It's hard to remember the man I was 2 decades ago, much less 5 or 6. It follows an old logic. Delilah's view is warped because in her mind, she's at the center of all things. I can smell smoke on the wind coming from inland. Rarely a good sign. How has all this changed, young Emily? She has so many years left to weather. Megan can't see the genius in Delilah's paintings. I'm dealing with a blind woman. How does she even steer this boat?
She was half blind before I changed the past. Okay, is that all the dialogue? I think so.
Remarkable what Delilah's accomplished, coming from such a background, taking the throne. At least the situation with the Duke is behind us. Let's not forget that small detail in all this. Drunken despot. I doubt my apartment on Cordwin's Bridge is as I left it. When this is over, I might visit the Academy of Natural Philosophy and shock them all, assuming it still stands.
Home at last. It feels like another lifetime living in the tower. Sir Konos has a better duke now, even if no one else knows it. All right, Aunt Delilah. Let's see what you've done with my palace.
You know where to go to find Delilah, but how will you handle her? It's my hope that you have some sort of plan.
It could be tricky. She might not give me any choice but to fight. And Delilah deserves whatever she gets.
At my age, I've come to distrust words like deserve. As I've told you, I knew her long ago. Badly wounded, deep at her center, but cunning, and looking for a way to pull herself up. Perhaps more than anything, Delilah had a talent for imagining the world as a better place. If only that could have been channeled towards something less twisted.
It's probably too late to dwell on regrets.
Yes, you're right. In any case, please watch yourself. I've come to care a great deal about you.
Goodbye, Anton.
Megan is waiting for you on the deck outside. She seemed cagey earlier, even more than usual. You took the worst Karnaca had to offer, and acquitted yourself superbly. Good luck with Delilah. I fear for the Empire if you fail. Remember, the people of the city might have endured a great deal since you were driven from Dunwall. Desperate times. I've got maybe one more chapter left in my own tale. Hopefully a chapter set next to a roaring fire in Tivia. Toppling the Duke must give you a sense of peace. Maybe a better day will be born of it. It would be interesting to study why the bloodflies have never taken hold here. Time. If I only had more time. Goodbye, Emily. I suspect I'll not see you again.
I'm thinking it's because of the rat population so much higher in Dunwall. So we know that bloodflies and rats are natural enemies. There's going to be a lot more of them in Dunwall.
Still aboard this creaking thing that Megan calls a boat. That dumb Sokolov, once the designer of mighty ships, thrown against the malevolent ocean and large enough to heave the great Leviathans aboard, thrashing and spilling their life's blood across the decks. Majestic ships, swift with luxurious cabins, fit for an empress. Where are those vessels now? They're far too important to carry an old man like me. I've been abandoned by my own creations. But maybe that's the way it should be. Haven't I been cruel, selfish? Perhaps I should be forgotten, consigned to the junk heap. Maybe I should die at last. And there's a chance I will on this final escapade. To Dunwall, then. We'll see what's left of me.
So long ago, would any of this have happened? This thing in Karnaca could have really gotten ugly. I'm amazed it didn't. Same old Dunwall. Smoke and garbage and rats. All those aristocrats. For anyone to live like that, 100 others have to live in filth. Soon,
the moment of truth.
Alright, letter to Billy Lurk. Billy, I ain't know your address, so I just give this letter to a mudlark who knew the lay of the area and hope for the best. You and I ain't got no reason to like each other, but Finnick liked you good enough, so that's why I'm writing. Anyway, he's dead, and I thought you should know. It was that old wound, remember? It never did heal. We tried every kind of cure and poultice. You know what I think? I think maybe the boss cut him. Maybe on purpose, maybe not. You know how it was back then. Speaking of, I tried to find the big knife, but no one's heard a thing in years. Don't know if he's alive or what. Anyways, out of respect to Finnick, if I ever see you, I won't kill you. Katrina. How nice. I thought Billy was the only woman Dowd ever took on. Maybe she was an associate member or something.
Hey, there you are. I wanted a chance to talk.
Megan.
People have called me that for a long time, but it's a lie. My name is Billy Lurk.
Everyone's full of secrets. Why do I feel like you've got more to say?
Yeah. I can't believe I'm telling you this, but you deserve the truth. I'll just say it. 15 years ago, I ran with a mercenary gang. We got paid to kill people. Some who deserved it, some who didn't. The boss pulled me up from the Dunwall slums when I had nothing and had run out of rope. This is hard to admit.
Whatever it is, spit it out.
Our leader was the assassin Dowd, and I was part of the crew. Our last big job together, we were paid to...
You helped Dowd kill my mother?
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've lived a very long time wishing I could take that day back, but I can't.
I can't ever forgive you for what you did. But suffering has a way of twisting people. You're a different woman today than you were then.
Yeah. We've all been hurt. But not all of us did what I did, or became what Delilah became. I know you'll never get over it, but neither will I.
I hope not. Goodbye, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here.
Okay, see if we can access other options.
Hey, there you are.
Megan. You're a monster. You traveled with me and all that time hid the fact that you helped a man murder my mother in front of me when I was 10 years old.
I figured you'd react like that. Maybe anyone would. I just wanted to tell you.
Don't come back to Dunwall, Billy. I'm taking the skiff, and I'll go alone from here.
Okay, and you can also kill both of them and get several different
Hey.
dialogue options.
There you are.
So if you...
You're keeping dangerous secrets. I just know it.
So if you kill her before she tells you, then that's what she says. And if you kill her after, she says something different. I'll show that. And if you take her body down here and show Anton...
Oh, Emily. Emily. Why?
I'm sorry, Anton. Your knowledge is just too dangerous. I'm sorry, Anton. Your knowledge is just too dangerous.
What have you done? Why would you do that? Just take the skiff and go.
In case I don't succeed, I won't let Delilah turn you inside out.
Okay. Now...
Hey.
Megan. I can't ever forgive... For my mother.
So then it becomes a kind of a revenge thing. And then here...
You should have told me that Megan helped Dowd kill my mother.
Okay, I think that's all of the options. I think.
Hey.
Megan. I can't ever forgive you for...
Alright, and let's nick the key.
No one will ever know exactly what it took to save Emily Caldwin from a living death as Delilah's puppet. No one except the outsider, who watches everything and thinks his own dark thoughts and speaks to few in any generation. I've learned that our choices always matter. To someone. Somewhere. And sooner or later, in ways we can't always fathom, the consequences come back to us. I came from Serkonos to Dunwall as a boy. Made my living as a killer. One of the few who've heard the outsider's voice. I murdered an empress, but saved her daughter, who will one day rule the Empire. Those were my choices. I'm ready for what comes.
Megan Foster's notebook. What day is it? I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know what will happen. No one can know. But I have a feeling that we'll all be dead soon. Everyone dies, just like my sweet Deirdre, twitching in the mud. But I think death is very close now. The air feels strange. The wind is coming from the west. I saw a dead gull floating in some foam. Don't go off to Dunwall. Billy, that's what I'm reading from all the signs. I could run. Finally try and find him at long last, the old knife himself. They could rent another boat. They don't need me, not really. So I could run. I should run. Haven't I had more than my share of blood? So why am I still here? And of course, all Billy's assassin gear. Quick note on the assassin's blade. It's actually based on a real-world knife. It's an Indian knife called a Khyber knife. Very similar design. That's definitely where that was inspired. Not sure why she would need a metronome, but okay. Alright, I think that's everything on the boat.
I can't deny it. Traveling with you has changed me. I know you want to face her alone. But good luck. Remember, even if you pull off whatever trick you're planning for Delilah, she won't be easy to beat. I'm glad Sokolov was awake to say goodbye. How is it the old man cured the plague all those years ago, but can't eat without getting food on his shirt? In my time here, the Dunwall City Watch was just a bunch of drunkards and layabouts. No wonder half of them turned on you. Goodbye, Emily.
Okay, I think that's it.
If old Samuel could see me now.
Don't know why she needs the mask at this point. Right, you must confront Empress Delilah Copperspoon before she changes all the world with her will. Enter Dunwall Tower and find a way to reunite Delilah Copperspoon's spirit with her body to make her mortal again. Only then can you eliminate her and take back the throne. You gotta wonder why the ISS Jessamine didn't just sit in front of the tower and bombard it.
Take me to the Dunwall Tower. Bring me back to the cage of my own chest.
Oh, I will. Delilah will be made mortal again.
You let your mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it, little girl. Your father was born a nobody. I inhabit your mother's heart, and my body walks the halls of your crumbling palace and sleeps between your sheets.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
Empress Delilah's new plans. With the help of Duke Luca Abel, Delilah Copperspoon has executed a successful play for the throne and now sits as Empress. Whether legitimate or not is a matter of hotly debated opinion. Emily Caldwell's fate is unknown at this time, but we do know that several of her ministers are dead, believed to have been assassinated, and the Parliament has been set ablaze by a group of unknown arsonists. In the time since the coup, Empress Delilah has issued several proclamations, along with her assertion announced by Street Speaker that everything will change soon in Dunwall and across the Empire. So our new ruler promises to show us a wonderful future, and warns that all citizens should endeavor to place their most earnest trust in her. Given the ruins in the streets around the palace, one can only speculate about what she means. Citizens report troubling events. Troubling signs of mischief have been reported recently in all corners of Dunwall. What was thought to be a series of pranks has proven much more widespread and unsettling. Despite the enlightened age in which we live, superstitious folk have begun rumor monger of witchcraft. There are reports of dogs shaved to the skin, small owls pinned to doors, lines of salt ominously left below windows, dried rats hung from archways, cats walking backwards who fail to mew, and pots of strange-smelling ointments left underneath beds and writing desks. That all these things might be occurring here in the capital all at once boggles this journalist's mind. What desperate times! If half of these are true, each odd occurrence seems a bad omen, a warning for terrible things to come. And if, as some say, these antics are the work of Empress Delilah's devout followers, then what hope is there?
Mistress, mouse and hen, come fisher, father, frog and wren. Once a king dressed in red, warmed by the flames on feathered bed, while all the town starving cried, chilled by wind the month of ice. Eat them of frost, eat them of snow, the monarch decreed to them below. Up on a spike they perched his head, cursed his name, burned his dead. Hush up, fire, don't be afraid. Mama will sing through all the night, many an hour before morning sun. Don't dream of horror yet to come.
Okay, so, commonly known as the Brigmore Lullaby, it's actually if you remember, that was the traditional Sir Conan song, volume number 3, I think it was? 3 or 4? I don't remember.
With all the shops in the district shuttered,
and see what I've got.
this place still might be your best bet. Sorry, I got places to be. Stay safe in the streets.
Right, so the Black Pony Pub has now become the Black Market.
Everything's gone to the void here. Can't hurt to be stocked up on munitions.
This is what I have for upgrading your equipment.
You won't.
Regret it. Glad we could do business. I'll take that deal.
I used to go and pray at the Abbey, but I haven't seen a single overseer in days.
Might as well get everything.
Watch your ass out there.
Okay, so I will rob the place, but I will do that in a bit later. Let's see. Grim tidings from the capital of the Empire. Following the coup, Empress Delilah Caldwin, formerly called Delilah Copperspoon, still sits on the throne in Dunwall Tower. The residents of the district have, for the most part, fled. Shops and apartments sit in decay. In some cases, barricades have been erected at narrow streets attempting to contain the odd cabal of women accompanying our new ruler. Seeking to exploit an opportunity, local gangs are having a field day. I can attest personally to the increased presence of the Hatters, whose numbers have swelled with the recruitment of orphaned children. Your intrepid reporter will continue to bring you news as it happens, and as always I will interpret the events to the best of my ability. At the Courier we try to represent all sides that we deem reasonable. But of course we have a perspective and we have values like all journalistic outlets which will always inform our reporting. Okay.
Come in, my friend. I like how you spend.
Dunwall Tower. Thomas. 2 days ago I saw all the Abbey men gather in the street and march toward Dunwall Tower. I had never seen so many of them. They were all reciting the strictures, their voices united. It made me believe the city could still be saved, but they haven't returned. Someone said they couldn't even reach the throne room at the top of the tower, where Empress Delilah sits scheming up whatever comes next. It looks like most of them died at the main gate, Thomas. There are no overseers left in the capital. I'm packing everything and leaving while I still can. Join me as soon as possible. You. Well, clearly hasn't left yet. Okay, so that's where you go to rob the place, but there's a key. Yep, I already read that. Okay, so this is the abandoned apartment that I missed visiting in the first mission, so I had to go back and redo that. But as you can see, it is in fact not abandoned. Oh man.
down, 5th over. Oh, but you've hit 3 and I've only hit 1. I might have to practice on every building on this street.
Why not? No one to stop us from tearing up everything in the city.
My dear old dad says that Emmett Lark built this place.
Oh, who cares who built it? Old Lady Grithers lived here when I was growing up. She's gone now, trampled underfoot in one of those riots.
That's a bad way to go.
The trick is to die in bed, belly full of whiskey. That's how I'm gonna go out. You watch.
No, I'm thinking it's a belly full of stab wounds for you, throwing up blood in an alley.
Right. So these are hatters, obviously. The gangs are kind of taking over the streets. So after the geezer died, the hatters started recruiting women, and those that weren't too keen on that actually split off and formed their own gang, and they became the Roaring Boys Gang, who show up in the comics. Instructions. Caleb. Most folks don't know what's really going on. With Delilah and her coven running things, it's worse than if the Hatters or their branded foot girls took over the city. At least the gangs operate to make a profit. Everything that's been running along smoothly for a very long time, corrupt or unfair or whatnot, went into the toilet as soon as Delilah set fire to Parliament. But trust me, it's good news for people like me and you. Make this run for me, deliver the weapons and ammo, and if it goes well, I'll bump up your cut on future shipments. Run off all the people holding things together, smash up the gears and pulleys, then make money selling guns to the people who are afraid in all the chaos. You won't see an opportunity like this again in our lifetime. In 3 or 4 years, we'll both be rich, even if we won't be able to retire in Dunwall. Well, you can see how that went. Trains collapsed, so not a whole lot of way to ship stuff. Alright, where are those dogs?
Yeah, after the big fight between those overseer hard-asses and Delilah's girls.
Are we gonna put it back together? Make it work?
Yeah, dumbass. Because you just spent 6 years at the Academy of Natural Philosophy.
Hey,
Screw you! Don't lose your shit over a joke, Daniel. We're gonna sell it. Must be worth a lot of coin.
It's not such a crazy idea. Get it working again. Put a hat on it.
This part.
So sleepy. I've got to get to bed earlier. Out too much lately.
So this guy, he said his name's Daniel. In my one of my fan fictions, I actually wrote that this guy used to be a member of the Bottle Street gang, but he went over and became a hatter after helping them steal some of Slackjaw's distillery parts.
Play this just right. No one needs to know we found it. I'm sweating up a storm here. I can still taste that Hempsy. Something cool. Lunchtimes. It's different somehow. Bad different. Someone ought to do something.
So they found these parts of a Clockwork Soldier, and we know that from the Return of Dowd, the novel, that the City Watch has been kind of reassembling and reprogramming, I guess, these clockworks for their own use. So maybe they are buying them from the gangs. Letter from Boyle Accounting Service. Miss Fenella Reed, I regret to inform you that your special allowance request has been denied by our financial director. We are very sorry to hear that your apartment on Caldwin Boulevard is in such poor condition, but we think you are being overly emotional when describing the building as on the verge of collapse. A broken leg is certainly not something irreparable, nor is a broken ceiling. In any case, as the import manager, you must understand that the company's future is unsure, to say the least, after the untimely death of its beloved founder and the political turmoil across the empire. All wages should remain frozen until a successor is appointed. No exceptions will be granted. We wish you the best of luck. Sincerely yours, Martin Jenkins, for the Boyle Company Accounting Service.
Who are you?
I'm not a friend to your new Empress, Delilah.
Thank the stars for that. I've been hiding here since the coup. Worked in the carriage rails before things went to pieces.
I've been in Karnaca for over a month. What can you tell me?
At first, there was fighting. Delilah's bunch against those in the City Watch who were still loyal. People tried to barricade the streets, to put up a wall around the tower. Eventually, the Overseers came down, led by the High Overseer himself. They fought against Delilah's witches. That's the only word for them. But I haven't seen an Overseer in a while now.
Anything else?
There was rioting over food, but people have fled the district mostly. Not long ago, someone came by in the dead of the night, pushing a carriage toward the tower. Looked like bones. Maybe from a whaling slaughterhouse. No idea why Delilah would want that.
Thanks for what you've told me. Stay hidden for a few more days. Maybe things will get better after that.
Okay, so behind this bottle is this key, which opens up that back room that's beneath the black market.
Good luck with what it is you're after, though I think I can guess. If you cross Delilah's path, or any of those with her, just remember how many they slaughtered. This place wasn't perfect before, but at least the bakeries and the pubs were open. Maybe I should have it looked at. I don't think it's supposed to fester like that. Well, a little pus is all right, but this?
Okay, I don't think there's anything here. Just want to make sure. Empress and Royal Protector exonerated, victims of clever conspirators. On these trusted pages, we have often speculated about the Crown Killer. At first, we believed the monster took orders directly from the throne, yet recent events have laid bare innumerable facts that leave Empress Emily Caldwin and her Royal Protector, Corvo Attano, free of all such doubts. Not only are they no longer implicated in those gruesome murders, but they themselves are the victims of clever conspirators bent on destroying their exemplary reputations. Evidence now points to an assassin from Karnaca, possibly taking orders from none other than Duke Luca Abel and Delilah Copperspoon. However, this venerable institution is reluctant to arrive at conclusions before the whole truth is known. We will keep you aware of events as they transpire, dear readers.
Your Majesty, you're alive. It's been almost 2 months, hasn't it?
I've been down in Karnaca trying to figure out how all this happened, with Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos.
And were you successful? Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to retake my throne and find a way to help my father.
That's the best news I've heard in a long while. You'll have my support. Whatever you need, just ask.
Once it's safe, just tell the public what happened. If I come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an interview.
Good luck at Dunwall Tower. The people of the district have fled. Everyone's afraid of Delilah and her followers. Whatever comes next will be written down in the history of the Empire, assuming we've still got an empire come tomorrow.
to make a living, right?
Alright, so at this point, money doesn't really do anything for me, but... So this is Fenella Reed's house, and as you can see, it definitely is on the verge of collapse.
He has no magic. I could put a spike through his heart. His eyes. I see them in my mind. The muscles in his back. Every time I have him between my legs, it's all I can think about for days. I've never seen a man with hips like his, but he's going to pay for making me wait.
Anonymous letter. Miss Fenella Reed, are you really going to keep living in a ruin with your leg still broken out of misguided loyalty to your boss? He's dead, and he was an asshole. Everybody knows that. I don't give your building 3 days before it falls to the ground. By that time, you could be sailing to Driscoll on the ship I told you about. The captain will grant you passage for free if I give him the word. They're leaving this afternoon. All you have to do is pass by that little courtyard behind the Dunwall Courier and do as I told you. Nobody will know. Go back to your family, leave Dunwall, and forget about the Boyle Company. This is your last chance, a friend. Well, looks like she took it.
That safe's gotta be here somewhere. I paid good money for the tip-off.
It's here. I can smell money. Check behind the paintings.
It's a nice little detail. This is a sailor's apartment, so he's got little pulley, kind of a ship parts, painting of the Jessamine wheel. Last entry in Sailor's Diary. 15th. Born in Dunwall. Thought I'd die here too. But I gotta go find a new home. It ain't one way or the other to me who runs the Empire. You Horn from way back, his granddaughter Lady Emily, this new Delilah, whoever. None of them could be like Jessamine. She really has something special. Anyway, I'd stay, but Dunwall's gone to junk, and there ain't nothing here for an old sailor. I gotta get killed in the street just for buying an ale, that's what. I got one regret, that's I'll never see my secret room again. Been working on it since I was a young man. My shrine. Lucky little tidbits I found here and there. My whalebone carvings. Quite a collection. But I can't bring a whole room with me, now can I? Anyway, I ain't so old that I can't start on a new shrine wherever I wash up. Maybe Tivia. And the barometer is the secret switch.
Welcome home, Your Majesty. Delilah's waiting for you. She's been sleeping badly for the last couple of weeks, because that piece of her you are carrying around has been calling out, begging her to take it back. She feels the same craving, but she'll fight to the death to stop you from putting her spirit back where it belongs. You were careful in Karnaca. Let's see how that serves you in the tower where you were born. Delilah's got the throne, and she's got your father. But now, she's got a secret as well.
I have a piece of fabric that kind of looks like this. Actually, I bought it to look like the fabric in the first game near the shrines. Don't know why. I haven't really used it for anything. It just looks neat. Kind of reminds me of the shrine fabric. Okay, let's rob Dr. Galvani one more time.
That's a shame.
Ah, crap. That's embarrassing.
Safe's gotta be here somewhere. I paid good money for the
I wonder why it didn't autosave after the shrine. Usually it does.
It's here. I can smell money.
Huh. Where did you disappear to?
Welcome.
I just don't know anymore. Alright, so this door is trapped. So let's see if I can... Oh! Well, I avoided one of them. Dr. Galvani's journal. 24th day, month of Earth, 1852. In the middle of the coup against our fair Empress Emily, whom I've supported since her mother's time, I was robbed again. Some miscreant took advantage of the chaos and broke into my new apartment. I give up. This city is cursed. I'm leaving forever. I've sold everything, and I'm off to Tivia. If you come back again, you scoundrel, enjoy your visit to my home. There's nothing left to steal. Maybe you can roll yourself up in my carpets and lick the dust from the furniture, since you seem to have such an obsession with me. Poor Dr. Galvani. We'll rob him one more time in the next game. Block the secret passage. I want the back route out of the tower blocked off in case anyone else knew about the former Empress's secret exit. Work all night if you have to.
Delilah.
And you can see she did exactly that. Okay. Oh.
To the people of Dunwall, those of you surviving here in the shadow of the tower where I was born. Under Delilah, you've endured much over the last weeks. But now your rightful Empress has returned. And I will expend my last breath returning stability and peace to your lives. On this I swear.
Okay, so after you make the announcement, obviously those two come and come for you. However, I am going to reload from right before I did that and not use the microphone, because then later we can come back at the end of the game and use it and sing the Drunken Whaler song.
That's a shame.
Okay, there's not much in this house, I think, except for that. And already read that. Okay. One thing we see here is a map of Dunwall Tower. We can't interact with it, it's just kind of there. But it's clearly a map of the tower. And we see some cots here. So it looks like this place was kind of a staging area for maybe... I don't think it was part of the coup, but maybe the counterattack from the overseers. Maybe they... Oh, yeah, definitely. The strictures are there. So this looks like this is where they gathered before their final assault, which did not go well. Okay, we have the key to the armory here. Gate defense orders. Corporal Blinn, you and your men are being positioned outside the gates. Trust me, it's for your own good. Life on the inside with our new Empress is not what you're used to. With Ramsay out of the picture, those of us who sided with him in support of Delilah are thinning out quickly. Some have deserted, others have, well, let's just say they've offended our new ruler once too often. So here are your orders. Don't expect food or pay. Take what you can from the neighborhood and surrounding district. Call it a tax. And should an attack come from any quarter, defend the gate. Even if your checkpoint falls, you'll buy us time to prepare for the assault. Captain Michelle Hayes. Alright, so here we can go to the Cold Ridge Canal. So I'll probably show both ways. But first, let's just go in this way.
Dunwall
What did she say?
Tower. Where I was born. Where I grew up.
Guard deserting. Weaver, that's it, mate. We talked about it last night, and me and my Jilly are leaving Dunwall. You know me, I was always City Watch, through and through. I never thought I'd be a deserter. But there's no other way. Staying in the tower with Delilah and all her followers would be nuts. I've even seen things in the last week I didn't think could happen. When one of Ramsay said Empress Emily was a traitor and that Lord Corvo had been killing off nobles, I believed it. Now I'm sure I was being naive. We all got taken on that one. Everything's 10 times worse now than it's ever been. Jilly and I are going up to Poolwick. Her sister has a farm outside of town. So goodbye and good luck. If you ever get up there, I owe you a few drinks. As always, remember our motto. Keep your head down. Peterson. Yep, already read that.
You, come talk to me. I saw the High Overseer fall. All is lost. Leave this place.
The Abbey assaulted the tower?
Somehow we were overcome. Not just Delilah's sorcerers and their gravehounds, but mechanical men. Automated soldiers. The ancient music was useless against them.
Rest now. But know that I'm going to end Delilah's reign. I swear it.
At death's door, I smell the corruption of the void upon you. A heretic against a heretic. Laughable. The world is doomed. I've done what I could, served the Abbey the best I was able. The strictures are written across my heart. I wish I could have protected the High Overseer.
Mission orders. Brother Fitz, I bid you courage on your expedition into the heart of corruption, the once shining Dunwall Tower. Know that beyond Delilah as a cult heresy, she is full of guile. Be wary. Storm the tower and protect High Overseer Kulon with your life, for he will lead us back to the righteous path. But there is another thing. For years, rumors have circulated regarding the Royal Protector. If victory is secured and you manage to find yourself in his quarters alone, we want you to search for signs of blasphemy. Report back, but only to me. All my years I dedicate to the Abbey and the Oracular Order. Sister Rosewyn. And of course we'll encounter Sister Rosewyn in Death of the Outsider coming up.
This must be Delilah's doing.
Dear, tell me more about this new painting.
Yes, tell us what you know.
I only heard a bit. Our Empress Delilah's eyes burning bright. She's keen for this one. The world. The world as I want it. The world as I dreamed it was. Only notes, Regina. She only settles on a name when it's all done and dry on the canvas.
Dry on a canvas of linen made of hand-harvested flax, with the seeds winnowed under a blood moon.
Enjoy your bitter.
Two hands sift and two hands blend. Make the pigments block the wind. Fingers stained blue and blush. Conjure rainbows for her brush.
Shade and hue, dig and craft. Crush and mix, eyeless black.
8 hands sift and 8 hands blend. Make the pigments block the wind. Fingers stained blue and blush.
It's a shitty rhyme. Crimson and Black. Camilla, I have a special job for you and a few others, Covenant Sister. I'm at work on an important painting, my final masterpiece, and I will require some rare pigments to see it to completion. Move in secret. Be quick. Gather what you need. Use the thigh bone of a drowned sailor to crush and mix the colors. Gather 20 bended slugs. Seal them together in a jar until only one remains. It will be large and shiny. Yes, fat near to bursting. Crush it with your fingers and capture the ooze in a vessel. Use this to give the pigments a finer consistency. My love for you only grows. Your Empress forever, Delilah.
My knee feels
Tasty.
better. The fresh air really helped. And the calendula flowers.
This next part has been a little tricky for me, so let's see if I can do this in one take.
Look at me, full of honey and dandelions. You finally mastered the graveyard magic, didn't you?
I did. Those poor dead overseers gave up their precious house, and I raised a pack of them. They're down under the bridge.
Few in the coven can do that. Delilah will be pleased.
After the fight with the overseers at the main gate, some of us put down the rest of the dogs. And I dragged a few away and kept them for myself. When the moon showed its proper face, I made ready. The first couple were all mixed up. Too many legs and too many eyes. And they tore each other apart.
But eventually you got it right.
Yes, just before dawn. And I love them. They're just perfect.
It wasn't too bad. Luca, his eyes upon me. So this is Delilah's painting of Luca. Not the self-portrait we saw earlier.
It shouldn't be. No one's been coming up the Red Haven of late.
Never mind then. Maybe it's a drift.
The waterlock. Lissa, you like your assignment? I'm bored out of my skull. I say let's open up the waterlock and have our own Imperial fleet. I volunteer to be Delilah's first captain. Ronica. You always was a fool. We had to close the waterlock so that no ships or anything can get in. Delilah's orders. She's got enough to concern her without someone sneaking in through here. Keeping the tower safe is her first priority. Like she said just a night ago, which you would know if you hadn't been out looting. Yes, I saw you slip away. Lissa. I heard her message. Belinda passed it on when I came back, and if we stayed in the waterlock instead of keeping it blocked off with all that old blockade junk, we could keep anyone from creeping up on the tower. So I still don't see why we can't have our own fleet of ships with me, a captain. And in the distance, you can just barely see the old lighthouse still standing. I guess it's not that old, it's 15 years old. See, can I get up there? Here. Ooh. Alright, so let's go take the canal. Just for a little bit of nostalgia. There's Coldridge. Of course, the sewer entrance is all locked up, thanks to what Corvo did in the first game, I'm sure. I don't know what this light's supposed to be. It looks kind of like a searchlight, but I don't see where the source is. Alright. And if you wanted to come up this way, you can come up. Don't even need powers. Well, I guess agility. I don't know if you can jump all that easy without agility. So there are a bunch of witches here in the center. I don't think they have any specific dialogue. I mean, they have general NPC dialogue, but they don't have any, like, exact dialogue for that area. So I think we will pass by them.
Delilah's hatred for my mother knows no end.
No one could help you, dear sister. I didn't break it, you little liar. No one remember the truth except me, Jessamine. I will always remember.
Mother, I wish we could talk just one more time.
The algae's all dried out, but that makes it easier to collect. Less messy. You can still smell it.
How much of the algae does our Lady Delilah want? And what's it for? Tell me. I won't let the secret slip.
She just needs a bit, and if you promise to keep your tongue in your head, I'll tell you. It's part of her new undertaking. A painting to end all paintings, she says. Some great new magics she's concocting.
After taking Dunwall Tower itself, what more could our mistress want?
Delilah wants the whole world, love. The seas around it and the stars above it.
Sewer and pump room inspection. Water levels normal. Had to burn a few river crusts next to gate 2B. They shouldn't come back this time. Water levels normal. Severe rain. Water levels above normal. Can't believe what happened today. Looks like we got ourselves a new empress. Out of nowhere. I don't like it. I didn't get word from anyone. Not sure if I'm supposed to continue working as usual. Removed a dead hound stuck in gate 14D. It doesn't feel safe outside. I'll just hide here for a while. I found myself a good spot near the pump room. I heard people talking in the sewers. Two of those strange women who came to live in the tower with the new empress. They were collecting moss and algae from the walls. Stayed maybe an hour, scraping and chanting. I wonder what it is for. Are they cleaning the sewers? That doesn't make any sense. And do they know I still work here? Does anyone? The women came back, still scratching the sewer walls for algae. But they talked about human bones they need for some kind of recipe. Or maybe I misunderstood. What should I do? I need to get out before they find me, or before I starve to death. I'll take my chances tonight. Alright, so you can go in the front door. The way in from the first game is blocked, so you can't do that. Oh, it's not even there anymore. Was it here? Maybe it was one more over. No, that was it. Anyway, get in this way. So this elevator shaft used to be the broadcast control tower. Note from Delilah. Following the Abbey's pathetic assault, I want the power shut off in the security room, and I want this rickety old contraption locked. No more supplicants from the city riding up to beg for my graces. Come to my throne room only if your need is dire, and woe be to anyone from outside the coven who disturbs me while I'm painting. The overseers were probably the last of our significant enemies, and now they're beaten. I trust you can handle anyone else who comes along. Your Empress, Delilah Caldwin.
To restore power to the elevator, I'll have to reach the security room.
Faye says Delilah's up in the throne room, but a few days ago she was spending all of her time in that bleak little overseer chapel. What's afoot? What's she working on?
She probably found it funny, using the chapel as a studio, mixing pigments where those fools used to preach their nonsense. But she moved to the throne room when she was ready to start her new painting.
Always exciting when she starts to sculpt or paint.
Yes, but this one is special. Delilah says it's going to change everything, the world and all the spheres beyond. Go sneak a peek of it, if you dare.
If Delilah's in the throne room, I can use the elevator to reach her.
So here's Yul Kulan, what's left of him. This plaque is a list of all the previous emperors and empresses of the Empire. One of my earliest lore videos was a list of, or at least was discussion of what little is known about some of them. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and talk. So you can either talk to these statues or not. There are 3 of them. If you don't talk to the statues, when you get to the throne room, Delilah will be busy painting. She'll have her back to you, and you can kind of sneak up on her. You can't do much, because she's immortal, but if you talk to the statues, she'll be sitting on the throne kind of waiting for you.
So here we are, where my dear lying half-sister Jessamine and I played as children. Where your mother bedded your father, then gave birth to you. Where she was murdered by Dowd and his black-hearted crew. The place that ruined both our lives.
You have a twisted view of the world, and I have no idea whether you're telling the truth or not. But it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, okay, this is blocked. Can't do anything over here.
I adore the sound they make hitting bottom. So delicate, so fine.
The old woman we pushed off the roof cared more about these dishes than she did her own rotten bones. She begged us not to break anything else.
Oh, please, not that one. It's over 100 years old.
No, no. That belonged to Emperor Yuhorn Jacob Caldwin. It was a wedding gift.
The older it is, the more exciting to smash, I say.
Yes. Why is that, I wonder? Another mystery.
You don't eat hagfish with a small fork. What low-born family brought a miserable oaf like you into this world?
Sorry, madam. I was never taught the right and proper ways of the aristocracy.
We don't tolerate your kind here in Gunwald Tower. Only the finest among the gentlefolk dine at this banquet table. And sit up straight.
Yes, ma'am.
You two street tramps wouldn't know proper etiquette if it bit you in the ass.
Such vulgar language. I'm shocked.
Yes. If I faint, one of you could be kind and catch me before I bang my head on the polished boards of this well-crafted floor.
Anna, what is etiquette really? Another form of control. Just a choke chain around our pretty necks.
No, there's where your ignorance shows. Etiquette is a weapon, a source of power for those who know how to wield it.
No wonder this place is so gloomy with dinner conversation like this. Why don't we change the subject and discuss something more pleasant, like lawn tennis or embroidery?
I need more wine.
Search protocol is underway. Triggering electrostatic discharge. Stand clear for diagnostic playback loop. Center of detection state.
Sometimes the other one comes through that door. And nothing over here.
Team is recharging the magnetic coil.
I thought you, of all people, would understand. Those nights as a girl in the Hound Pit's pub. Didn't you dream of getting this crown back? It was stolen from me first. Even before you came into the world.
There's suffering across the face of the world, but I was born under rare stars. I know I'm far luckier than most, Delilah. None of that excuses the destruction in your wake.
Playback indicates some detection without certainty.
strange how it moves. Like a man, but not like a man.
Oil runs through its veins, rendered from the fat of leviathans from the deep, icy waters.
It has nothing to do with our mistress's magic. Not touched by the void at all. Could we make one of bones, I wonder? Like the grave hounds.
Delilah could, with Brianna's help. She was always oh so clever with the bones of things.
Yes, but Brianna's cut off from Delilah's magic now. There's room for another of us to become her favorite.
We should make a man of bones to win her favor. With Jindosh's mind turned to mush, his clockwork toys won't last forever.
The machine has completed another full instruction set. The machine should begin scouting the vicinity.
Alright, so security room obviously used to be the torturer's chambers in the first game.
With the power on, I can take the elevator to the throne room.
Exploration of the area. Search playback. When this plays, search is underway. Playback for unambiguous enemy. Blink mechanism detached. Magnetic.
Aww.
I'll see you in the void.
Let me try that again. There's some dialogue I wanted to get. Where are we? Okay.
With the power on, I can take the elevator to the throne room.
And a humming.
I smell burning grease on the air, sister.
Could this be our mistress, awakening the tower machinery?
The belly rumble of machines digesting oils from the great leviathans of the deep.
We should see who tampers with the dead metal things.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. That looks unfortunate. Invitation from Her Majesty Empress Delilah Caldwin. To the Duchess Lucille Clothilda, I hope this note finds you in good health. Yours was the first such correspondence, offering me fealty and officially denouncing the murderess Emily Caldwin. Swift actions such as yours deserve reciprocity. Come join me for a dinner in your honor. My kitchen will prepare jellied oysters, herring and gravy, and some of those unusual Morlean clams that thrive only in brackish waters. Let it be tomorrow evening, for I am eager to show you how I feel toward one who is so quick to change allegiance. Empress Delilah Caldwin. So you can see how that turned out. Either it was poisoned or just really, really bad seafood, and she kind of went out on her way to the toilet, kind of like Lupe Velez. Actually, that story's not true about Lupe Velez dying with her head in a toilet. It's a common myth.
Why is there a tree in the middle of the chapel?
It worked. I painted the chapel, but added a tree to the painting. After arranging the runes across the chair, both pure and corrupted, I was able to transpose the chapel made of paint with the one made of stone. With more runes, I should be able to do the same to all the Empire. This will be my greatest undertaking, transposing my painting. The world as it should be. With this wretched dung heap we're all born into. At last, all will be made proper and good.
Delilah on Rune Harmony. Bending the energies of the void was tricky, but I've managed to corrupt runes of bone from my great painting. I've got all the ingredients ready in the chapel. Dried kelp and algae from the moats, flowers from the greenhouse, ground to dust and made into pigment, human bones infused with the fluids of terror and regret. Mustering patience, I will continue painting until the final rune is ready to affix to the throne. My throne. But harmony must be maintained between the corrupt runes and their pure counterparts. Too corrupt aligned with two of the purest. If this harmony is not observed, the magic of the painting could get twisted around and fail, or even turn against me.
Delilah's working on something terrible, but I might be able to sabotage it. By crafting more corrupt runes, I could disrupt Delilah's painting.
I don't like this cold light from the dead machines.
This won't do. To have the tout. We're humming and belching sparks once more.
The machine is experiencing uncertainty. The machine has completed another full instruction set. Running search protocol. Mechanism detached. Increasing audio connectivity. Aye, the machine has detected something. Enemy evasion successful. Switching to alternative tactical mode. This plays if someone eludes the machine. Playback indicates lost enemy.
Don't think there's anything in there. So this was originally Hiram Burroughs' room. But I guess it was Jessamine's room. Then it was Regent's room, and now it's Corvo's room. He's got Emily's drawings from long ago.
It makes me furious seeing the tower like this.
Eh. Actually, hold on. Hey, no kills yet. Let's see if we can keep that going. Might as well. Alright, here's the third and final statue.
You've grown so wise, young niece. But remember, you're a woman with power. Someone will always try to shut you up or burn you to cinders.
Please don't tell anyone I'm here. I've been in here keeping quiet since this all happened.
Your secret's safe with me. What have you seen or heard?
After the coup, there was more fighting between the Duke's traitors and the members of the Watch still loyal to the old Empress. Then there was a party for Delilah, just before the Duke returned to Serkonis. At some point, the Overseers staged an assault, but it went badly.
Anything else?
Apparently, Delilah's been working in the Abbey Chapel, preparing something. If you're crazy enough to want to find her, look there, or in the throne room. She and the Duke were talking about a painting.
Take care of yourself. My hope is that you won't have to hide much longer.
I hope you're right. 3 of us hid here. Genevieve got caught, then Morgan. Now it's just me. Good luck with whatever you're going to try. If you don't succeed, I'll wait a couple of days, then try to leave in the early morning. I'd give anything to have things back the way they were, before Delilah showed up and everything went to shit.
Kate, what's this then? Did you grow up in the country, dear? Out in the sticks? It's an audiograph machine. But what's it for? It enables important people to record their voices. A prince's order for war, a matron's business instructions, or a lover's hungry words dripping with honey. Even the final thoughts of one lost in despair before jumping from a bridge.
So now my voice will live on, even after I'm dead and gone.
Mary Gate's diary. The high and mighty overseer himself was here when Delilah took the throne. The look on his face as she vanquished Emily the False and her Serkonan father will forever keep a candle flame flickering in my heart. Watching him beat a frantic retreat, knowing he'd return with others of his bloviating sect, knowing they would fall before us, it was delicious. The tower is ours now. Dunwall and Karnaca are ours. Soon, too, the oracular sisters, and when my mistress finishes her painting, we will own all the Empire. Mary Kate. I'm guessing that's Mary Kate. Okay, so we could take the elevator, but much more fun to use the secret entrance in the hidden room from the first game.
Mother's old secret chamber leads up to the throne room.
You will take me back and die at my hands. There are cracks in the world from the outsider's birth, and we draw from these fractures. Can you feel them? Soon I will dream the dream of a new world, and all will change. I see inside you, but you're not as twisted as I thought you'd be. Jessamine and I played parlor games in Dunwall Tower. She cheated every time. You're known now. I'm your only family. Eyes black as polished onyx as he marked her flesh. My flesh. I plotted to steal your face, then your throne. You'll never know how close I came back then. 6 came over the walls and dragged you from your mother's corpse. 2 are still alive. Poor little girl, once an empress. She found the place where he was birthed by knife and ritual, thousands of years past. I inhabit 2 impossible places at once. Your father stands in my throne room, a statue of cold stone. You will never gain back what you lost here. Oh, so long ago, we ran across the rooftops, made campfires in the graveyard, slept through the day. Jessamine is gone at last, faded into nothing. Her reward is peace. There are marks on our flesh, made by the knife of Dunwall. Cursed Dowd who hides in the world and breathes still. It was 1831. He came to her, to me, to us. Said we could change it all and make the world right. Delilah. Brianna was the first to hear our call. Oh, Delilah, no one loves you as I do. You must get near her. Point me at her. It hurts to be so near. Take me closer. Take me there. Take me home. This separation must end.
All right. Actually, let me make sure I got all the runes. Yeah, I think there's one in the basement I missed.
I don't like that. Better have a look.
I won't let her escape! Come back here! Let's make her bleed.
Okay, trigger exploration.
Let me...
Yep, there it is. Now let's see if I can get back.
The machine has entered combat. Link mechanism detached. Magnetic.
Is this Ramsey?
Ramsey's improvised diary. I trust I'll only be locked away here for a short time. I intend to record my thoughts, for during a confinement, a gentleman must find ways to keep his mind alert. Additionally, one should engage in strenuous exercises to retain vigor. Therefore, I have performed a dozen lunge-style exertions for my legs, feeling quite revitalized. Day 4. I'm frustrated to have been left here for so long, though it is understandable. Duke Abel and Delilah have just acquired the throne, and have many urgent tasks to perform. I hope I am not forgotten amidst their other duties. But how could they forget me? It was I who tipped the scales in their favor. 10 squats performed today. Day 7. If I am meant to be humbled by this imprisonment, then let it be known I am humbled. Perhaps my role was not so important, yet I did play a part. And I hope to continue to be of service. Marched in place. Day 12. Have they no pity? The briefest audience, that is all I ask. Empress Delilah, Duke Abel, I will grovel before you. I beg you, don't you want to see your Ramsey crouch and snivel? I am ready.
Whoa.
Alright, there's Mrs. Pilson. So that's one of her many dolls. I don't know if there's only one Mrs. Pilson or many, but that was the final souvenir. So if you want to get the achievement for collecting all the souvenirs, that was the last one. Let's see. Can we inspect any of this? Don't think so. Apparently that doesn't recharge my mana. Okay.
What's Delilah done to my throne?
Okay. So now she's sitting here. But, let's see if I can get over to that diary without being seen. Delilah's diary. These statues. Words cannot describe how I loathe them. But it was their own fault. They approached me without the proper respect. I can see what they were thinking. It was their eyes that gave them away. So now they are stone, and I am the one who looks upon them with scorn. They think I'm not as regal as Jessamine. Emily is nothing, we all know that. But they compare me to my half-sister, and find me wanting. Is my manner not as refined as Jessamine's? I practice diction right along with her, in secret anyway, hidden in her closet, tucked between the fabric of her suits. Clothes that should have been mine. I wish Jessamine were alive to see that now I am the one donned in silks. Silks! Have they served me well? One by one all my friends and allies have been eliminated. I rule over statues, mute and cold. They disgust me. Nothing is how I imagined it would be. There is still hope. Even now I work on a painting that has no equal. With it I create a perfect world where they will look on me with awe. They will love me without restraint or condition. The world as it should be.
At last, I've waited for this moment here in my tower. So now I will complete my great painting. I will make the world as it should be.
If I change the number of corrupt runes attached to the throne, it should turn Delilah's painting against her.
First of her reign.
And she doesn't seem to care. Interesting.
Niece, you've brought me back my spirit. Follow me, dear Emily, and see how I will reshape all things.
Okay.
Father?
Again, if you don't talk to the Delilah statues, those gravehounds are not here. They're in the chambers above. So.
So this is the world she dreams about.
Okay, so the hard way, of course, is to take out her statues. Maybe I'll do that just to show. So you kind of need to come up behind them and huh. That's interesting. That should work. You should be able to choke him out.
So this is the world she dreams about.
Maybe I can't get the right angle on that one. Okay, that one you can.
Why shouldn't my people love their empress?
But that's the hard way, so I don't know if I want to do that the whole thing. Of course, in reality, she is hiding up here.
If I put Delilah on the throne, the painting should trap her in her own fantasy world.
Okay, so once you choke her out, her statue clones go away.
You wanted to rule a world of your own, Delilah. So be it.
At last, what I've always deserved. My justice. Now, what's always been marred and distorted will be perfect. I've waited so long. Sing my songs and lick my flesh. Worship me.
Now you see there it says, find another way to eliminate Delilah, and that's crossed out. And I think this has caused some people to think that there's a third option. Nobody has ever been able to find it. I don't think there is. I think it's just the way that the objectives are written. You know, I don't know, honestly. But no one has ever found a third way. So, I don't know. Okay, so that's the end of the game. And here's Corvo. But before we do that, go here to the rooftop. And so you see some banners here. And oh, there it is. Huh. Banner is fit for an empress. All right, this is Luca's letter. Sweetest Delilah, I've had banners fabricated depicting your lovely face, made of the finest materials. Now they grace the streets in Karnaca, each costing in silk and dye what a common family makes in 3 years. Whenever my people look up, it is your majestic face and piercing eyes they see. I want them to remember who guides their lives. The great statue I've commissioned in your exact likeness is nearly ready in the grand palace. As my eyes rove along the curves of your body molded in silver, I swear I find myself swelling with excitement. Sometimes I imagine climbing up until my face is pressed against those cold metal breasts. If only you will bring it to life, finding my bedchamber as I sleep. I shudder thinking about awakening in that silver embrace, knowing that it is you holding me from afar from your own bed in Dunwall Tower. I miss you dearly, my Delilah, my lover from the past. I'm sending some of the banners to the capital so they can warn the lonely streets of Dunwall. When you see them, may they remind you of our love. Yours forever, Luca. Yeah. Ugh. Almost wish I hadn't found that. And as you can see, with Delilah taken care of, all her witches are gone. Pretty sure the Gravehounds are gone, but the Clockworks are still there. At least I think so. What was that? Yeah, they're gone. That must have been some leftover dialogue that was triggered. Well, it was still in that that location before. I don't know. Okay, now that Delilah is no longer a threat, what will we hear in the announcement?
What do we do with a drunken whaler? What do we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler early in the morning?
Okay. So actually my first YouTube video ever was the recording of me doing that, Corvo doing that. Playing as Corvo. It was, I think 2 or 3 days after the game came out. I think I was the first one to find it. Or at least the first to post it, anyway. So you have to not use the microphone before that point, and then come back here and then use it after you defeat Delilah. So It's a nice view you don't usually get to see. So in the first game, if you no-clip through these gates here, this actually curves around here and goes over to this side. Not what you see here, but obviously that's not canon. It's because you're not supposed to be able to get back there. But, you know, maybe they did a massive renovation project. Anyway. Alright, let's finish out. Actually, hold on. Let me do something really quick. No. Okay. I was wondering if the back way out would be cleared, but you can see that her vines are all still here, even though she's gone. So I don't think it'll be cleared. So, alright. Final thing. Revive Father Corvo.
Father?
Emily, what happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
Hey, finally got a non-lethal mission. Oh, jeez. Very assaulty, though. That's alright. Okay, all the runes, all the bone trumps, one shrine, one painting. And here's special actions. Yeah, address the survivors, kind of.
And so a man born with the face of the Duke took his seat in Karnaca, ruling with empathy for those not born in a palace. The people were surprised by this sudden turn, but did not question their good fortune. In Dunwall, without ever realizing it, Delilah passed into an imagined world where her father's promises were fulfilled and her subjects would love her forever, as she sailed the ocean with a great fleet and trekked across the Pendician wastes. While in the true capital, Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, ruled for decades over a prosperous, mended empire with Corvo Attano by her side. In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he headed to the cold north, contented at last, on a final voyage to take him home. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
So if you kill Billy and Sokolov in the last mission, but I think their sequences are just they're just not there. They're just deleted. I think it's still possible to get the Duke Corvo ending, where Corvo becomes Duke of Serkonos. I think you have to do very specifically. You have to keep everything low chaos, except you have to eliminate any possible person who could otherwise be in charge. So you have to get rid of Hypatia, Paolo, Byrne, Lucia Pastor, the body double, Jindosh, I think. But basically you have to kill anyone who could be in charge, but still keep it low chaos. I don't know if anyone's actually managed to get it yet, but I think it's possible. Anyway, there you have it, Dishonored 2. like I said, I will be doing Death of the Outsider sometime pretty soon. Obviously, it's much shorter, so it won't take as long. But yeah, I want to get a few more lore videos in. So again, if you have suggestions on topics, leave a comment. Yeah, so there you have it. Hope you got something out of all of this. Maybe you learned something that you didn't know. I did, certainly. Just doing the research for this, making sure I found everything. So, yeah. So, for the last time for this game, thank you so much for watching.